TNA indeed. It is time for our TNA Wrestling Watch Along. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a fun night. We got a lot of stuff happening tonight. A lot of stuff. We've got Joe Hendry and Frankie Kazarian for the number one contender. We're going to hear from Josh Alexander. We have the debut of who you know as Xia Li tonight. So much stuff going on this show. This is going to be intense. You're going to see here that Jeff made the preview here for you. You'll see all that coming up on here on the screen in just a little bit. There it is. I mean, so much going on. Josh, we're going to hear from Heather Reckless and Xia, Mike Bailey, KUSHIDA, Laredo Kid and Gresham, Jordynne, Grace, Rosemary, Wendy, Choo. Man, it's going to be a good night tonight, man. This is going to be a good one, guys. We say that often, but this is going to be a fun show, and so much going on. Welcome into the show. We just got done with an episode of Fireflies Forever, so if you haven't checked that out, please do. Chris and I did our best to go over what little we had. Wasn't too much to work with this week, but, you know, we did as best as we could. And then, of course, on the channel as well, there is a video I put out a little bit before. It's only about 26 minutes long or so. Went over the McMahon documentary. Jeff, did you get to watch?
Not yet. Not yet. I don't, and to be honest with you, I don't know that I will.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And that's the reason why I wanted to stick it up on the channel, because I just wanted to give people a place to go to find out kind of whether it's worth it or whether or not to even bother. And I know a lot of people maybe won't just because of the distaste they have for the man. And I completely understand that too. I had the same thoughts. And it wasn't, it wasn't really what I got Jeff honestly to about it. It was more, to be honest, like a history of the WWE, I think, than it was anything else. And I got to the part with the Attitude Era, and that's when I was like, this is gross. Like it just got bad. So I'm just warning you guys. If you do decide to watch, it got a little gross after that. So.
I did see one of his quotes about the Owen Hart incident, and that was about all I needed to see or hear to be good with not watching it.
I didn't know, Jeff, that there was blood in that ring that people had to wrestle on after that. Oh my God. Like I just can't. Yeah. It's the comment that I heard from him. And this is when I knew, like, this guy is just a horrible dude. Like, he got asked a simple question. Like, what are some of the things you'd use to describe yourself? One of the first things he said was sexually active. Now, you're how many years old? And that's one of the things you talk like right off the bat that comes to the top of your head. And after, you know, and right before all this stuff happened, of course, I'm like, yeah, no, that's just gross, dude. Yeah. I'm glad he's gone personally, and I'm sure a lot of other wrestlers are as well. So, all right. So, but we are here to talk about TNA, and welcome in everybody. Hello, Derek. Yeah, I don't think no. Jerry Jones wouldn't do anything smart like that and get rid of McCarthy. Trust me, that's not going to happen. They'll wait until the end of the year. He's lame duck anyway. He's not under any sort of contract. And they very well could lose tonight because they can't stop the run, and the Giants can run the football. So we'll see. Wouldn't be shocked if they did. Dylan, DRO is here. Terrence is here. James Chadwick. Janelle is here. Hassan is here. Damien, what's going on with you? EJ Movement is here. Barry Monkey from Twitch. Soraya is re-signed with AEW and is still all elite. Okay. Andrew Stevens, AB Jobson, and Barry Monkey and Andrea are all here. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Vince McMahon, Doc Fireflies Forever, and TNA. Well, you know what? I don't. You listen, I'm on vacation, so I'm happy to do it. I would love to do more for our channel, but unfortunately, like Jeff works a ton. And I work usually during the day, and it's just hard. I would love to put more stuff out. It would be great to do, but we just don't have the time, unfortunately. You know, so and I, you know, being on vacation, sometimes I get bored. So yeah, but all right. So we are gonna start. We got about 7 minutes to go before we start tonight. And Jeff, I guess we can go over the card real quick.
Yeah,
there it is. We have first KUSHIDA, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Leon Slater versus ABC and Zachary Wentz. This is, of course, Trey Miguel is injured, not badly injured from what I understand. So they won't be out that long. But that's probably why that this is occurring. But either way, Jeff, this is going to be a banger. A lot of good wrestlers here.
Yeah, this will be a very fun match. I put it in the first slot because honestly, I could see it starting off the night. So
yeah.
Would not surprise me.
They like to get that high energy stuff right off the top of the show.
Yeah.
We're going to hear from Josh Alexander again, maybe. Can never say that for sure because Josh speaks when he wants to speak. I expect, Jeff, tonight that we're going to get Josh Alexander twice. He's going to speak, but I think he's also going to cost Joe Hendry that #1 contenders match as well. Jeff brought this up on the last show saying that he didn't think that Josh was done with Joe Hendry yet. Obviously, they almost looked like they weren't done with each other. Joe Hendry's still getting jabs at him and stuff. So I fully believe that Josh will interfere and cost Joe Hendry that match, and then that'll set up something with them for Bound for Glory. And that will also set up Frankie Kazarian against Nick Nemeth, which I think would be pretty good matchup, I think, with Kazarian as a heel. So what do you think about the whole Josh thing?
Yeah, I mean, I could see Josh doing something wild here. The other thing that I could see wild is that we don't get a finish tonight.
Okay.
We somehow, some way get a triple threat at Bound for Glory.
Okay.
And just to complicate things and to go a little bit full circle, I could see Josh winning the Call Your Shot gauntlet and entering himself into that match.
Okay. All right. That'd
Just
be cool.
Wild out there theory, but I can see that happen.
Yeah, that would be all right. Yeah. Andrew Stevens saying they announced a 2-night SummerSlam at MetLife. Yeah, I did see that. That's not that far away from me, actually. MetLife's actually, I think, closer to me than the Philly is, for that matter. Probably close to you. That's close to you, too, for sure.
Yeah, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe.
I was going to say. Yeah. All right. So next up we have, of course, this is the debut of Léi Ying Lee, who, of course, is Xia Li. Makes her debut tonight, Jeff, in TNA. What are you expecting to see from Xia Li?
Brutality. Honestly, I think she's going to come in and kind of dominate initially, and I don't think a match against everyone's favorite Ash by Elegance is too far away. And I say that because I think she's gonna kick Ash's head off. And maybe that'll knock some sense in for some people. Some people will say that will be the thing that, knocks some sense into Ash by Elegance. But I would argue with the addition of Heather Reckless, I think that story has already turned around. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think there's going to be something with Heather and her definitely coming up. This next one's interesting. Laredo Kid and Jonathan Gresham. Now, they have had on tapings, on upcoming tapings, and of course they advertise these on their X. Jonathan Gresham and Josh Alexander have been wrestling on some of the tapings. So I don't know. Very cool. Josh kind of said, "Hey, this is a long time coming." Made some comments about it, and he said, but then he finished by saying, "You're not ready." To Jonathan Gresham. So interesting. We're seeing Jonathan Gresham going up against that. And we saw that vignette, Jeff, that he's not done with that other character yet.
Yeah, I thought that was interestingly timed. Because that other character went away so abruptly, and it was like, well, why did that happen? And then we get that out of the blue. So hey, I'm all here for it. I want to see it. I want to see more of it because I thought it was awesome. So bring it back already.
Yeah, same here. And this next one is a Jeff special here too, because Jeff mentioned this one. Talked about how they're setting up Rosemary and Jordynne Grace. Well, it certainly looks that way. Rosemary and Wendy Choo going up against Jordynne Grace and a mystery partner from NXT. So that's still continuing here. And man, Rosemary and Wendy Choo together. I'm all for it. I love it, man. I think it's amazing. So Can't wait to see who the NXT mystery partner is. But in any case, this is probably, like Jeff said, setting up a match with Jordynne and Rosemary at Bound for Glory, which is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, you think about Rosemary and what she means to TNA. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially if we see the title come off of Jordynne Grace, which almost feels impossible at this point, but it's going to happen at some point. So why not Rosemary? And I think this is going to lead down that path. So since we're on the road to Bound for Glory, I think we're going to go on a nice little path towards Jordynne Grace and Rosemary.
Yeah. Yeah, it would seem so. And look, if they do end up taking that away from her, it may be with someone who they think is going to stick around, like Rosemary, right? She's a staple of TNA, obviously not going anywhere. Jordynne may very well be. Look, she's already looking to next year's Royal Rumble. And they're also talking about Hendry possibly in next year's Royal Rumble as well. So both of them, as I've said many times, may be gone at some point soon. So yeah, we'll see. Derek, you don't have to worry about that. You can, I don't want to know the score. I'll get pissed if I see them losing. So just keep it to yourselves. I'll check it later and get disgusted later when I get off the show. I want to have fun. Heather Reckless versus Zaya Brookside, Jeff.
Yeah,
we've seen Heather Reckless so far. I mean, I don't know. Will Ash by Elegance be supporting her at all in this match, or I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, Zaya Brookside has been a thorn in a lot of people's sides, including Ash. So it would not surprise me to see Ash come down. But at the same time, I think Heather Reckless is in this kind of proving it phase for Ash. So she's cool enough for Ash to be around. And maybe we start to see a little bit more of that. Maybe we see more of a mutually beneficial alliance start to happen, as opposed to it's just one-sided right now, and Heather Reckless is just fawning all over Ash by Elegance. So we'll see. Maybe I think the person to watch in that whole thing is Iceman, which sounds weird, but it's Iceman to me.
Maybe Iceman switches sides.
Yeah,
I could see that. He's a snake.
He is a snake.
I could see that. And then finally, we got the number one contenders match, which I'm sure will be our main event. Frankie Kazarian, that dirty Frankie Kazarian that everybody hates right now, going up against the guy who probably just about everybody likes as much as they hate Kazarian, Joe Hendry, for the number one contenders match, going up against Nick Nemeth at Bound for Glory. I gave you my thoughts about it earlier. Jeff seems to agree. There's probably something funky going to happen here. Whether it ends up being a fatal four-way, like Jeff said, or whether or not, and maybe they'll throw the match out. Maybe that's what'll lead to the four-way. If Josh comes in, interferes, and stops Joe Hendry from winning, then maybe they would end up putting those four in a ring together and make it a fatal four-way for the title at Bound for Glory. It would make a lot of sense. So,
yeah, it would. And honestly, again, I think that with this story, I feel like they've been giving us a lot of DQs in other places to kind of prepare us for seeing a DQ in a bigger match. That's kind of why I'm thinking that maybe this is, this is going to happen at Bound for Glory. Don't be surprised if you see four people end up in that title match.
Yeah. Derek, stop distracting Jeff with your dirty pictures.
I didn't look at it yet, but I'm sitting here like trying to pay attention to football, trying to pay attention.
I know, right?
To Wendy Choo on our screen right now. So
yes, sir. Wendy Choo is out. So it's going to be the tag match starting us off here. Royal Rumble is in Indianapolis. Yeah, Chris mentioned on Fireflies Forever. He's going. He's getting tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Mania in Vegas, SummerSlam in Jersey, and possibly the first episode of Raw taking place in Los Angeles. WWE are setting up some big things for 2025. Wendy Choo is waiting for her tag partner, and here she comes. Rosemary is on her way out to the ring. And there she is. From the undead realm, Rosemary. The strange and frightening friendship. Hello, Sherry. How are you? I'm predicting Tatum is Jordynne's partner.
That's a good one.
Okay. Don't forget, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you please subscribe and make sure you like the stream tonight for us tonight. That helps us out big time. And also hit the notification bell to be notified about when we have future content, which we'll have to get back to you about. Does Sunday have anything going on? Pay-per-views or anything like that? I don't even know.
I don't know either. I'm so out of the loop right now.
Yeah, same thing. We'll have to get back to you on Sunday. We'll let you know. I know Jeff's got some stuff with his kids and everything like that going too, so we'll let you know about Sunday. Wendy and Rosemary, let's go. There is Jordynne Grace. We'll see who her partner is in a minute. The Knockouts World Champion, Jordynne Grace. What's up, clown? Josh Interference is a good call. Way out of the box thinking Ethan Page screws Hendry. Interesting. Okay. That'd be cool. We haven't seen Ethan on a TNA show yet. That'd be neat. Be down with that. I would be down with that.
All right, let's see. Who are we getting?
Who is it going to be? Ariana Grace. Grace and Grace.
The liaison.
The liaison is here. Your mystery partner. And one of my best friends.
Oh.
Wow. Sol Ruka.
All right.
Sol Ruka from NXT is the partner. Okay. TNA moved tapings for 27-28 to Sunday and Monday due to the hurricane that might affect South and North Carolina.
Yeah, I was going to ask all of our folks down south because I know it's hitting a pretty big area.
Yeah.
How everyone's doing, and just to say to stay safe. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because a lot of my family right now is kind of dealing with this, and schools have already canceled for tomorrow. So yeah, so definitely saying prayers for all of you.
Yeah, that's a big hurricane. That's a Cat 4 hurricane right now.
Yeah.
It's like one of the biggest hurricanes you can have, and they already showed like major flooding in Florida too already, and that's even before it hit. So yeah, please everyone down there, stay safe wherever you are. I know I have a friend of mine who's kind of in the hurricane track. He lives on the second floor of the building, so he's kind of sneaking around where he is. But a lot of people, I'm sure, have been evacuated and stuff. So. Conrad says, hey guys, I need you to be my eyes and ears from TNA. We will do our best. Wish I had as many friends as Ariana Grace.
She's got a lot.
Goes down. Oh man, off the top rope and takes out both Rosemary and Wendy Choo down on the floor. That is good to hear. We're under flash flood warnings all night, still waiting for the rain to start. Oh, man. Yeah. It's a bad, bad storm. Sol Ruka is a fantastic talent. NXT starts the CW this coming week.
Mm-hmm.
That should be good. I know CM Punk's going to be there. That's the rumor where we're going to see the Motor City Machine Guns possibly debut. Be a fun time. Now Rosemary with the world's best wrestling move. Go subscribe to Conrad, folks. Yeah, at Everything Pro Wrestling. Go sub to the channel if you haven't done so already. Soul is my next call-up pick, says Heather.
Yeah,
now
she's
they're
super talented.
double teaming her now. Wendy Choo over in the corner coming over. Nice move there. Here we got weather warnings, heavy rain, and possible tornadoes. Holy cow, man. It's over in England, too. Everybody's getting bad weather all of a sudden. It's hurricane season. Now they're saying we might get a little bit of that. We weren't supposed to at first. It was going to go a different way. Now they're saying it might come up the East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's all bouncing all over the place. Although we need rain. I think we're in a drought. So you go with double team here. Nice teamwork there from Rosemary and Wendy. Here's a cover. Just a 2 count. All right, guys. You know what time it is. We started the show. It is time to talk about food. You got to tell us, what did you have to eat today? What good did you have? Dinner, lunch, snack? Doesn't matter. We don't care. Get everybody in the chat hungry and paying attention. Make everybody hungry with your good food talk. Let us know, what is it that you had good to eat today? Let us know. Jeff, my wife went to the fair, Bloomsburg Fair, which is a pretty big one, and brought me home some ham barbecue. Oh, man. Oh, shredded ham with relish and stuff on a, oh, man, I love it. I love it. So good, man.
Oh, man.
And I also bought from a friend of mine, her husband makes homemade pierogies.
Oh.
And he makes homemade pierogies with Cooper Sharp in the pierogi. So I bought a bag from her. So, oh man, I'm gonna be eating those up in the next couple days too.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to eat? I know you probably didn't. You were out the whole last 2-3 hours at the doctor.
I got a chance. Actually, I had a what was supposed to be a salmon salad bowl.
Okay.
With the recent health scare yesterday, I'm trying to eat a little bit differently. You know, not just for some meals, but all meals. So trying to eat a little differently, but yeah, so I had that. It was delicious. And then had a fruit bowl from the same place, and it was bananas and pineapples, strawberry, blueberries, and cranberry. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Jordynne Grace now into the ring. Slams Rosemary into Wendy Choo. Roll through. Back elbow to Wendy Choo. Jordynne Grace just taking over the match. Really taking both of them out by herself. And a big dive off the top rope onto both women. And Jordynne Grace and Sol Ruca are on fire right now. Jordynne face first to Rosemary. Wendy Choo's out of the ring onto the floor. Oh, cutter to Rosemary. This is just demolition here. This is just demolition here. Now Jordynne. Oh, look out.
Oh.
Tasha Steelz.
It's another person that could make some hay.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Tasha Steelz comes in and turns this entire thing around. Referee's going to have to throw this out. And now the heels all beat. Look out. Masha Slamovich chases Tasha out of the ring. Jordynne and Sol Ruca left lying after the attack by Tasha Steelz. Crowd booing her. She doesn't care. Masha wants a piece of Tasha. Masha and Tasha. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss rhyme.
I think they could have a match at Bound for Glory.
Very possible. Very possible. Well, that was a crazy way to start.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go up and let's see what people are saying they ate here. Chicken Alfredo macaroni tonight. That sounds awesome. Steak burrito bowl for lunch. Frankie Kazarian's here. Cheese potatoes with ham and corn on the cob. Chicken and mushroom with long grain rice. Chicken Caesar wraps. I did enjoy eating chicken, mashed potatoes, and mixed vegetables, says us in. Baked pork chop and rice for dinner a few minutes ago. Homemade meatballs. Added some sausage and pepperoni, so spaghetti. Sounds awesome. Mac and cheese and hot dogs for dinner. Had a chicken sandwich and curly fries. Turkey burger and sweet potato fries with honey. Corn and peas. Sonic footlong chili cheese. Hot dogs with tomatoes, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard.
There you go.
Air fried chicken fingers and fries. Old school chunky candy bars. Well, they were more like chocolate squares. Yes, I do remember those. They had raisins in them. They had weird ingredients. They had raisins and nuts and all kind of weird stuff. Tuna noodle casserole with sweet peas, cream and mushroom soup, and egg noodles. Pork chop and rice, says Andrew. Chicken bites, quinoa, brown rice, and a bottle of Pepsi. Is it wrong? I want PJs like Wendy. They look comfy. They look comfortable. Teas and peas. Teas and peas. I'm trying to think what that is. I don't know what that is. You might have to translate teas and peas. I don't know what that is that you're eating. Potatoes? I don't know what that is. Would love to see Masha and Tasha face off. The announcers would love it too.
Yeah, they would. Nah.
Masha and Tasha. Yeah, they would love that. I love Gia's outfit. So cute. Oh, James Chadwick and Gia. Yeah. Jeff, I know you're eating healthy, but my mom is sending me an iced lemon pound cake.
Oh.
Damn it. Jeff and Joe, I have a question. Would Masha be a good wrestler for WWE? Have on a two-way contract with NXT and TNA? Masha could certainly go over to NXT. Why not? Sure. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. We are at a break. I'm going to ask, let's see if I can come up with a quick question. Make it about food. What's a good thing to ask? Let me just try to think. A good thing to ask for the fall and food. What? All right. I'll make this a two-part question because I know a lot of people don't like pumpkin. If you like pumpkin, what is your favorite pumpkin thing? And if not, what is your favorite fall-like dessert? What is your favorite fall-like dessert? Ooh, there you go. We'll keep it food today. Had barbecue chicken and potatoes and corn for lunch. I did see Alexa Bliss was saying something on her Instagram. We talked all about her a little bit on Fireflies Forever. This on the show that came on before this. You'll hear both mine and Chris's thoughts, and we both tend to agree on what it is. Either of us don't believe or don't think she will join the Wyatt Six. We also don't think she should join the Wyatt Six when she comes back. So you might not want to hear that, but neither of us think she's going to be returning to the Wyatt Six. So can't wait to see Zaya. Yeah, I know. I'm excited too. By the way, did you see the NXT NASCAR race? I did not. Baked pumpkin seed, says Bonus Baby. Pumpkin pie, says John Kessler. I love that too. Points cake dessert for me. French fries and cheeseburger, John G said he ate. Pumpkin fluff. A.B. Jobson says, like The Rock, I love pie. And now I'm eating pizza. Like a French pumpkin a la trash can. Not a pumpkin fan. Let's turn Wyatt Six into the NWO million members. Yeah, I really don't think Alex is going to be there. I know so many people want that, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. and I just, like I said, I just don't see it. I just don't. I don't think it's going to happen for many reasons, and yeah. So I still need Joe Hendry and Drew McIntyre, Scotsman versus Scotsman. That'd be cool. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin cake. There's a lot of pumpkin fans out there. I do like pumpkin pie. My mom makes it for Thanksgiving, and I do enjoy that. I like pretty much pumpkin anything. I can drink pumpkin lattes. The pumpkin donuts from Dunkin' is pretty good. Trying to think of what else. There's just a ton of pumpkin stuff now. Wendy's has that pumpkin frosty, I think, now that they do. So yeah.
Peach pie. That's
sweet potato pie for me. I've never had that.
Joe, once you have a sweet potato pie, I think you'd forget about pumpkin pie.
I can see that. I like sweet potatoes. And when my mom makes them, she makes that casserole candied sweet potatoes with marshmallows and everything in. Yeah, I do enjoy that. So I probably would like it. What do y'all know about pecan pie? Absolutely nothing. I've never had that either.
Amazing. One of my favorites. I would say pecan pie, sweet potato pie, apple pie are my top three. I love.
Go ahead. Sorry, Jeff.
I was just saying I love sweet potato pie. And Joe, if I can find a way to ship you one, because I'm going to be making several for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
It's already been requested. After last year's sweet potato pies, I'm going to be making more this year, more than I did last year. So if I can find a way to send you one, I will send you one.
I'm sure I would enjoy it. I do enjoy sweet potatoes. Sweet potato pie and pecan pie. Yes, pumpkin and pumpkin ice cream. Oh, pumpkin ice cream is good too. I don't like pumpkin either, says James. I'm a weirdo. I loathe everything pumpkin. Not a fan of this time of the year. I am waiting for peppermint mochas. You're not the only one. I know a lot of people who don't care for it. Sweet potato pie tastes so good it'll make you want to slap your mama. Tomato soup cake. Tomato soup cake?
What?
I don't know what to think about that.
I've never even heard of it.
I don't know what to think about that. Potato soup cake?
Tomato soup cake.
Yeah. I like tomato soup, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I like that. Pecan pie, Bonoff pie? I don't know what that is. I know what Derek's favorite pie is. Boston cream pie is the best. My mom used to make pies for us all the time. Lemon meringue was one of my favorites. Banana cream was one of my favorites. My wife makes chocolate pie, which I like a lot. Yeah. My mom used to, they used to go blueberry, picking like fresh blueberries too. And they make blueberry pie, which were awesome. 7-Up cake. I want to know what tomato soup cake is too. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. What happened to Creepy Gresham? Creepy Gresham only comes out every now and then, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Creepy Gresham. I like pumpkin roll. Oh, that's good too. Yeah, that's good too. In fall, I like apples. Better apple cider is the best.
Yeah, I love apples. Love apple pie.
The evil is still lurking somewhere. It always is lurking. It's always there. Banana bread. Banana bread is good
too. Yeah.
Pumpkin ice cream.
Yeah.
I think my wife made a banana bread once with chocolate in it. So she made a chocolate banana bread. It was good. German chocolate cake.
Another good one. Tastes like carrot cake, surprisingly.
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess if you're mixing it with the cake mixture, I guess maybe it would be different than what you think. I don't know, though. Tomato soup is very salty. Banana ice cream. I don't know that we get banana ice cream around here very much. I mean, ice cream, of course, and banana splits. Sometimes they'll do like a banana flavored ice cream in it. German chocolate cake is the shiznit. Is that the one with all the nuts? That has a bunch of almonds and stuff on it, doesn't it? Like on the outside. Or no, it has something I thought in it. Is it coconut or something? I'm not a fan of German chocolate cake for some reason. Confetti cake. My favorite cake, honestly, is orange cake. I like orange cake. My wife, usually when she makes me a birthday cake, that's what it'll be. It'll be the orange cake with the yellow icing and then mandarin oranges on the top of the cake. Laredo kid takes out Gresham. Oh, man, nice move there. It takes out Gresham down on the floor. I found some great gluten-free desserts. I'll send you some recipes I've been able to find. German chocolate cake has coconut. That's it. Yep, there you go. That's what I don't like.
Oh, Andrew, man, God rest my mother's soul, but my mom used to make red velvet cake from scratch, and every time she did, I was near the kitchen because I had the first piece. Had to test out the icing. Oh man, yeah,
red velvet's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, red velvet's awesome. Chocolate mousse pie, lemon pound cake, lemon meringue pie. Yeah, lemon meringue's good. I knew there was something I didn't like about German chocolate. I'm not a big coconut fan. My mom will make my sister a pumpkin pie with coconut in it for Thanksgiving, but I hate it. I just don't like the consistency of coconut, so I'm not a fan. I don't mind the taste of it. Like I can have a pina colada, or something with like coconut flavoring in it. I just don't like the consistency of coconut. Probably the same reason I hate onions. It gives you that same, like, to me, like if you bite into an onion, and it's the same consistency as you bite into a piece of coconut. It gives you that little, like, I don't know what it is, but it's. I think they're in the same level for me.
So here's a question for folks: has anybody had bread pudding before?
I think my grandmother's sister used to make it years ago.
My uncle Jerry, he was in the military and he was a cook in the Army. And I just remember, being younger, he would make bread pudding all the time. And then as I got older, and this is within the last like 3 or 4 years, I finally asked him, I was like, look, I got another recipe. Like, you got to tell me the recipe. So he gave me his recipe, and I had it and I made it for the kids one time, but I tried something a little bit different. You know those apple pie filling apples like they sell in the can?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mixed that in and a little bit of cinnamon sugar. Man, the kids have been requesting that for a while, so I might have to make that pretty soon. So
nice. I don't think I've ever had it. It may have been years ago. I might have had it, but Laredo kid consecutive suplexes here to Gresham. Black Forest cherry cake, chocolate cake with cherries and whipped cream. I love that stuff. Quite boring when it comes to cake. Victoria sponge, chocolate cake, banana cake, apple cake, and Christmas cake. My dearly departed mother's 78th birthday was September 22nd. I took some flowers and a slab of carrot cake to her graveside. The cake was good. I'm sure she would have loved it. Love you, Mom.
there you go.
I've never heard bread pudding before. Your mom raised a quality man, Jeff. Thoughts and prayers go out to you.
I appreciate that.
Bread pudding. Oh, yeah.
Got a fan in the house. That's
yeah. You know what I like is I like rice pudding.
Rice pudding. See, I've had it a couple times. One time it was really good. The next time it was not. So
I think it depends on how people make it too, because sometimes I like a thicker rice pudding. Some people make it very thin, They make it in the oven and it comes out watery and stuff, like very loose. I don't like it like that. I like it when it's nice and thick. Fruitcake. Fruitcake, I do not like at all. I used to try fruitcake on Christmas because everybody gives people fruitcakes. That's like a running joke.
Joe, you remember the ones that were like a brick?
Yes.
Christmas time, like the not the good ones, but wow, Jonathan Gresham.
Gresham with the win. Gresham with the win. Tapioca is my jam. I go for that. Yeah, tapioca pudding's good. Santana is here.
Now people talking about cheesecake
and
banana pudding.
Flapjacks. Boy, we're getting everything now. Like all kinds of desserts going on out there now. Everybody's going to be all hungry for – uh-oh. Santana broke into the system's locker room, and now we're hearing a whole bunch of noise. What's he doing in there?
As the late, great Bernie Mac would say, there's some furniture moving.
There is.
Right now.
There is. I hate cheesecake. I enjoy cheesecake. I've had cheesecake brought to me sometime from my sister lives like literally right by the King of Prussia Mall where they have a cheesecake factory. And I've had Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. They brought me a slice of key lime. Oh man,
it's good stuff.
Oh boy, it was awesome. It was really good. My mom used to make a chocolate cake, but she called it Coca-Cola cake. She used to put a can of soda in with the cake mix, and it used to. Apparently made it like just much more rich. You couldn't taste it, and you couldn't taste the cola at all, but it made the chocolate, I guess, really rich. But it was really my mom used to make like all their stuff back then. Jeff, I'm sure your mom probably did the same thing. They all made their own icing. Like they all made their own icing. A lot of the cakes were from scratch. They didn't use all that box stuff that you buy out in the store. They had scratch recipes for all that stuff. So yeah, I mean. Now my mom won't cook anymore because she has the same thing you have, Heather. She has celiac, and she can't eat any of that stuff. So now, you know, I mean, I get it. I understand why she wouldn't want to do that when she can't eat it, you know. But yeah, I could kind of miss that, you know, like a lot of the stuff that she used to make, but she doesn't make anymore because she made a dessert, and I think she got this from a restaurant where her and I used to work years ago, called Tasty Cake. It was a tasty cake. So if you ever had tasty cakes, the peanut butter and chocolate tasty cakes, they made a flat sheet cake that had the same stuff. So the yellow cake on the bottom, the peanut butter layer, and then the chocolate over top, which then they would put in the refrigerator after everything was done, and it would make the chocolate on the top hard. So it was like you're eating a tasty cake, but oh man, was that good? It was so good. Christmas pudding. Crumble cookies. I've had a Coca-Cola cake. Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. When I was in Weight Watchers years ago, one of the things they used to give us to do was you take a cake mix and you mix it instead of with oil and stuff with Diet Coke. That was your thing that would make it moist was a can of Diet Coke, and it would come out pretty good. I mean, it's very flat. They don't raise much because you're not using all the oil and all that kind of stuff. But it was good, you know, for something to eat on a diet where you don't get a lot of sweets and stuff like that. It was pretty good. Sherry says caramel cake.
Oh, I just saw a video of a guy making a caramel cake, and man, I so want some, but there's no way. Can't do it.
Diet Coke, I'd rather eat an uncooked cake mix. See, you don't taste it though, Barry. That's the thing. You don't taste it. And especially now, like Diet Coke with the NutraSweet and everything in it doesn't necessarily taste that bad anymore. So it's not like when years ago they made it with saccharin and they taste horrible. You don't taste it. It just goes into the mix and it just mixes everything together. It just, you know, like you would use the oil and the other stuff. It's just, you know, I didn't taste it at all. I didn't taste the soda in it. In fact, I used Diet 7-Up for one mix, and I put that into a I put that into a orange cake, I think. An orange cake mix. That came out good too. So apple crumble. Caramel cake is actually my favorite kind of cake, says Damien. Gia, oh my God, Gia. She just tweeted Tracy Brooks asking her how does she deal with Kazarian. Nice. How does anyone deal with Kazarian? He's very mad. He's very angry, man.
These days, he's not as happy-go-lucky as he once was.
Yeah, for sure. He's very angry. He's always upset. He's very mad. He's very mad. Waiting for the program to resume here.
Man, now I want so many of these desserts.
I know. It's probably not the right thing to say when Jeff's trying to eat better.
And I'm sitting here thinking, like, I wonder which dessert I can make for the kids this weekend. So
right.
So you all have inspired me. So they've been begging for peach cobbler, which is one of my specialties, peach cobbler. But banana I could do a banana pudding, or a bread pudding this weekend. I don't know. I'm gonna have to decide.
Caramel apples. I used to get caramel apples from the fair when I go to the fair.
Yeah.
Now they make all kind of different crazy apples. They have chocolate covered apples with all the chocolate chips and everything on them now, and they make all kind of different ones.
Yeah.
The only thing with caramel apples is they stick to your teeth. You try to take that big bite and you get all that caramel stuck to your mouth.
Joe, you remember just the old school candied apples?
Oh yeah, the red ones.
Yeah.
They'd make you a sticky mess too.
Oh yeah, big time.
You have sticky candy stuff all over your face too. Yeah, my mom when at the fair, the big fair that's going on now, the Bloomsburg Fair. It happens the same week every year. And my mom knew the guy at the stand at the Bloomsburg Fair. Her best friend was best friends with the guy who ran the candy apple stand, Jeff. You would get more free candy apples than you knew what to do with. He would give us bags of candy apples.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Toffee pineapple upside down cake. I haven't had that in a long
so good.
Long time.
So good.
All right, we're getting the tag match here. The triple, there 3-on-3. Mike Bailey, Kushida, and Leon Slater against Zachary Wentz and A, B, C.
Unfortunately for my diabetes, I've become a really good baker as I've gotten older. So
right, what you don't need, yeah.
But I don't need it, but apparently it's good and everybody else loves it. So I got to learn I have to learn the lesson of being able to bake it and do it without having to consume it myself. So
yep. Imagine chefs have to do that too at some point, right?
Yeah.
They probably just get sick of it because they're cooking the same things over and over every day at restaurants and stuff like that. They probably don't even want to eat it because it's, they get so tired of it. So I love Halloween. The look on a kid's face when they bite into a caramel covered onion. I would kill you. Literally kill you, bonus baby. If you ever did that to me, I would kill you. I would literally. I'd take that thing and I'd put it where the sun don't shine.
You'd hurl it somewhere, or
yeah. You wouldn't want that smoke,
especially with the onion.
Oh my God.
How you feel about onion?
Oh my God, I would kill you. I would kill you. Kushida coming down to the ring. Do it, James is.
So when Joe goes to the mailbox one day, he's going to see something that has caramel and he's just going to throw it away.
I'm just right in the garbage. If I see anything that even looks like something round in a box, it would go right in the garbage.
Good.
Wentz tagging with ABC when they used to be mortal enemies.
Yeah.
The wrestling business changes on a daily basis. Mike Bailey, the new champ.
People talk about people making up on soap operas and stuff.
Right. Wrestling
is where they got that from, folks.
That is true. Since we're talking about a bunch of food and not that much about TNA, since they have a pay-per-view coming up, and this guy is competing now, who do you think Bayley faces at Bound for Glory?
It's a great question.
It is a good question.
Would not surprise me if it's Wentz again. Wouldn't surprise me if Wesley somehow has a match at some point. And I'll throw out Chris Bay or Ace Austin as singles too.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, wait, what is this match? 3-on-3.
Yeah.
3-on-3.
Yeah, you can see Speedball and Wentz still have a little animosity toward him.
Yeah.
Say.
Boy, Wentz has had a hell of a year, hasn't he?
He has. He really has.
Going to say Speedball faces someone from NXT at BFG. So if this is a 6-man, I am losing my marbles. It is.
It is. It is.
It is a 6-man.
It also wouldn't surprise me if the 5 other competitors ended up going up against each other for a number 1 contenders match for Bound for Glory. So that's another story idea.
6-man tag match, playa.
Oh, good old Teddy Long.
Playa. That's the one thing I'll tell you what on that Vince documentary last night that I couldn't believe some of the people that were on that. Tony Atlas had such a big part of that video. He was on for almost the entire thing. He was him. You know who the 2 talkers were for the most part in that video? One you're going to hate. But Tony Atlas and Dave Meltzer were the 2 biggest people that talked on that video the entire time.
If I needed an extra reason
not to watch,
you just gave me my final reason not to watch it.
Yep. Those 2 probably spoke more than almost anyone else in that entire video, including the McMahon family. So, yep. Dave showing off his guns too. He's got this sleeve rolled up to the forearm, up here, and you see the muscles oh my God.
Probably did a superset before he went on.
He probably did, yeah. He probably did.
Popular.
Leon Slater is so much taller than everyone else in the match. It's very true.
Rather have a colonoscopy than deal with Dave Meltzer. Just being honest.
Atlas was spitting facts. I have been watching it bit by bit. Can't stomach 6 hours at once. Yeah, he was good. I was surprised to see him. I haven't seen him, and I can't tell you how long. And he looks good. He looks good. He looks good. Baby Jobson, don't spoil this stuff for me. My Cowboys are playing tonight. Don't spoil it. I know you love to give us play-by-play, but I don't want no play-by-play.
Joe wants to maintain a good mood while we're watching TNA.
Yeah, I don't want to get disgusted by the Cowboys, please. So no, don't stop. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil anything for me. I don't want to know. Meltzer gives that documentary 5.5 stars because he's in it. He probably did. 6 stars. He'll give his first ever 6-star rating because Meltzer's in it. I couldn't believe he was in it as much as he was. I'm like, good Lord, he's talking more than Vince. Yeah, that was. You know who else I was surprised was in it is Vince's wife.
Linda was in it, huh?
Linda was in it quite a bit. I was kind of shocked. I don't know what their relationship even is anymore, but I was kind of shocked she was in it as much as she was. AB, don't make me put you in timeout. Now, I asked nicely, don't spoil the game. Chris Gregg, Don't spoil the game. Anyone who does that next, I'm putting you in timeout. Don't spoil the game anymore. Please. Thank you. Stop spoiling stuff. All right. Back to the fun.
Yeah, back to the fun.
Back to the fun. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh, Leon Slater is so darn good, man. And it's crazy how young he is. But he's just so good.
KUSHIDA with a nice arm drag, then a drop kick. And now it's Chris Bay. No more NFL talk. Capiche? There you go. There, make them understand, Heather. Make them understand.
KUSHIDA.
I have been a Cowboys fan since I was my father was a Cowboys fan, so probably that I can remember at about 8 or 9 years old, about 1978 or 79, because I remember watching the Cowboys Super Bowl against the Steelers that year with Terry Bradshaw and Roger Staubach. So I remember that. So I'm going to say about 8 or 9. So that minus 55, 47 years. 47 years. Linda McMahon was probably in it because she used to be CEO. I don't know. I was just shocked she was. I was just shocked she was in it.
All right. Ooh.
Wentz and Speedball. Look at this.
Just
man. What a German suplex. Snaps German suplex. Actually, not even. All right, here comes Wentz over in the corner. Speedball throws him off, ducks underneath. Speedball just misses. Now here comes Wentz. Wentz using Speedball's move against him. Wow, that was close. Chris Craig says, I'm a big fan of the Cowboys. Yeah, I've been a fan for 47 years, and yeah. We had our fun back in the early 90s and nothing since. Nothing since. That's all good. I don't care. They're not going anywhere. Doesn't matter to me. I just would like it if they probably got a new coach right about now. I think that's kind of what they need.
Oh.
Shout out to the great production of the show since they've been in San Antonio, Texas. KUSHIDA trying to take two guys on at the same time, not really working though. Ace Austin and Bayer down there. Look out. Leon Slater just both out. Wentz takes a kick from Mike Bailey now. And Wentz right back over at him. Oh. Slater.
Ooh.
Drop kicked it now. Look, up and over goes Bay and Ace Austin. KUSHIDA coming in.
What in the heck is about to happen? Oh, wow.
I don't know. Leon Slater just leapt over the rope there. Speedball takes out Austin and Bay on the outside, and now Leon Slater's looking to do something. I don't know what he's going to do. Oh, God. Up and over the ring post. Oh, my God. Look at the height he got to go over that post. Watch this. That's insane. Look at the air. Holy cow. That's insane, man. Went for the swanton, didn't hit it. Wentz with a big knee. Now Wentz. Oh, what a cutter from Wentz to Leon Slater. 2, 3. Wentz gets the pin. No big deal, AB. It's all good. Yeah, I just don't want the result of today's. That's the only one. Any other games you want to talk about, you can talk about. I just don't want the Cowboys game being spoiled. Holy shnikes, James Tadlick says. Yes, I agree. I agree. He'd be bouncy. Little bit. Uh-oh. Hammerstone training back here.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Diener might be in a predicament right now. So Conrad, avert your eyes.
Yeah, you're making the wrong choice, he said. Brookside has a Twitch. She's just getting started and will be playing video games on here also. AJ Francis was on Twitch playing NFL 2K25. You got early access. Nice. Oh, boy. He said, we are winners. This is pathetic. Oh, no.
Darn right, might not be the best choice to make.
Yeah, that's not the smartest choice. Yeah, no.
At least he's self-aware, though, Joe.
That's true.
That's something we don't see a lot of in wrestling. Is self-aware. He realizes, okay, this might not be the best match for me to be in, but I'm gonna fight for my family, even if I get.
It's almost like him saying, Jeff, I know I'm gonna come out there and get my ass kicked, but I'm gonna do this. All right, the big debut, guys, is up next. Léi Lee. I want to say Léi Lee. It's not Léi Lee anymore. It's Léi Ying Lee. Oh my God, Léi Ying Lee. God.
There you go.
Léi Ying Lee is up next. So we'll see her debut. Emmett Smith's my favorite player. Yeah, Emmett was awesome. My all-time favorite Cowboy is Danny White, who was their quarterback through he was the punter for a long time. He was on the team since 1975, was the punter forever. And then he became their quarterback when Roger Staubach retired in 1980. And he was pretty good. He sent me an autographed picture once when I was really young. And I still have it. He's a really good guy. I think he was a minister for a little while, I think, after he left football. He was always my favorite player. So Diener needs to apologize to EY repeatedly for him trying to shank him. Diener needs to help like last week. At least he ain't doing it for The Rock. Hammer and Jake something future TNA champions. Maybe a TNA revolution. Something's happening to Alexa Bliss and her family. I don't know what you mean. Josh Alexander and Dom as a team. Lawrence Taylor, favorite football player of all time. He was amazing. I'm sure she'll have awesome theme music. We'll see. We shall see in just a little bit. Maybe Alexa and her family are in the I don't know where they live. Are they around the hurricane? Maybe that's what's going on. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's going to devastate a lot of people that live down that way. She was hit by the storm. I know you're not meaning her. So what do you mean? She tweeted out that they're getting hit by the storm currently? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I don't think you meant her personally was hit by the storm. Where they live probably is what she meant. Yeah, it's scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. I've knock on wood, I've never lived through one. My parents did. We had a hurricane called Agnes that went through Pennsylvania in the early 70s. I was way too young to remember, but I've seen pictures. And it stayed circling around our area in the immediate area for almost 3 days. And they're flooding the town I work in, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, was flooded, so flooded. The river down there flooded, and the whole downtown, everything was flooded. Showing pictures and stuff like that, it was horrible. It was horrible. Josh's contract expires in February 2025. There's a video. She actually, I didn't think you meant her. I figured you meant that they were. Yeah. Well, hopefully they're okay. And all of the people are there getting hit by this are okay. It's going to be a nasty, nasty hurricane. And it's supposed to be a bad hurricane season.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, Jeff, we don't get much of up here, but we'll pay for it in the wintertime when we get all the big nor'easter snowstorms.
Oh, yeah. And I'm really not looking forward to a lot of snow like we had a few years ago. Yeah. But I kind of get the feeling that we're due for a little more snow than we've had the last couple years.
Yeah, we've been really lucky the last few years. Been very little amounts of snow. It was cold last year, but we didn't get a lot of snow. So, but I kind of think we're due. I keep saying that though, so I don't know. The meteorologists and stuff that I watch, I'm kind of interested in that, and I watch a lot of them. But the one I watch a lot had said that we may not get a lot anymore in our area because of the weather changes and the pattern changes. So who knows? The weather's changing a lot. Been through hurricanes living on the East Coast and earthquakes on the West. We haven't had snow in 3 or 4 years, says James. The weather stuff is changing for sure.
I think that would be weird if we went through till like February and didn't get snow. That'd be very weird for up here.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to get it. My God. People were talking to me. I remember we used to get it in October.
Yeah. I've been here when we've gotten it in October.
Yeah.
Chris, last chance, man. Like last chance.
Climate change is, it's a thing for sure. Yeah, it is a thing. Santana's all bloody. Said going to make the system make each of them feel his pain. Last time we had snow back in 2009. Weather people and politicians' only job to get paid to lie. The thing is, though, weather people don't lie. They just predict.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you'd like for their predictions to be a little more accurate at times, but yeah.
Yeah, they don't get paid to lie. They just look at models. They compare models. Like I said, I took a class in it in college, so I kind of know. They look at radar models and they compare them. They look at like 6, 7, 8, 9 different models, and they see which ones are and then they try to predict it by looking at the average, basically, and that's what they do.
Oh, this is gonna be dope.
All right, here we go. Here she is, guys. Léi Ying Lee is here. She has finally arrived in TNA. Let's see who she's going to be up against here. Looks like it can be a list of local talent here that she's going to get. Let's see. She looks awesome. Yeah, looks like some local talent. Hyann.
Yeah.
We had a famous weatherman called Michael Fish. He completely fucked up his forecast.
Yeah. That's big, James.
James, you know who Hyann is? Where's Hyann from? I accepted a role with a leading cable provider today. I start next month. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. Good for you, man. She looks good. Yep, absolutely. James obviously knows Hyann. I'm wondering where she's from. She from the Indies? Wrestles all over the Indies. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that's probably where. I don't get to really watch any indie stuff, so I really don't know. Can't say individual events are climate change. When you get a string of events, evidence is. All I know is that the storms are getting worse. The big storms are getting bigger, and the storms are getting worse. And the other thing I know too is just from growing up all these years in this same area, we used to have a full seasons. We used to have winter, spring, summer, fall. Now we get winter, that goes into a sort of spring for a couple of weeks, and it rains almost all the time. Then we go into a hot summer, and then we get very little fall, and it goes into winter. So that's all I know. Things that like that have definitely changed from when I was a kid to now. It has definitely changed. So for Sarah and Booker T's reality of wrestling.
Oh,
Was her entrance spooky? No, not really. Not really. Rake of the eyes there from High End.
Talking a little junk to her.
Yeah, she was. Well, shoot. Good thing I have this on DVR so I can rewatch it. I am looking okay here. I mean, I blame Aquanet and Disco for climate change. Oh, God. Aquanet is back in the 80s, man. You're going way back a ways. All right.
Oh,
Getting a little fired up now. Here we go. Oh, just straight elbows. Eyeing off the ropes. Big clothesline. Another big clothesline. Léi Ying getting she's gotten in charge of this match now. All of a sudden going to a haunted house this weekend. Nice. Enjoy.
it's been years since I've gone to a haunted house.
Yeah.
I want to go.
I watch a lot of
Maybe after yesterday is not the right time.
Yeah, that may not be a good thing for you. That's true. That's true. I watched a couple people go through the Universal one this year.
Yeah.
They had an Insidious house, dude. Terrifying. Like when you get into the one room, there's all shredded curtains. So you can't tell where they're going to jump out at you because you can't look to see, and they're coming out every other little step you take. I'm like, oh my God, no way.
Yeah, that'll put you to sleep right there.
Yeah. So there you go. The debut of Léi Ying is a successful one. You went to the Bloomsburg Fair? I didn't go this year. My daughter is going to school very close to there, so she's gone. They go almost every day, but I didn't go. My wife and daughters went. I didn't go though. Leon Slater's upset with himself, saying he let the team down. He said, "You're in the most competitive division in professional wrestling. Chin up. Keep coming forward. You're the future of this division," says Mike Bailey to Leo. All right. Okay. Some encouragement from
the champ, no less.
The champ. Whenever I say that word, it reminds me of that movie. Encouragement. Yes. A couples retreat. Love that movie. Could watch that over and over. That yoga instructor's freaking hilarious. He's so funny. Speaking of that, my husband and I went to Fall Festival Carnival event for his work last week. We went into the fun house. Haven't done that since I was 18. Fun houses are a thing of the past. Like I can remember going to that fair when I was young. In fact, it was funny because I was thinking about it the other day. We went when, and this had to be like 1979, right? It was a year right after Star Wars came out. So we go, and they had a dark ride. You all know what dark rides are, right? They're like fun house kind of things, but you go into these, they have these houses built behind, and you go in and you go around in this car, and you go up and you see all these things that are in there. Now, a lot of times they're hard, but on this particular one, they had on the outside of it were painted ships and stuff that looked just like the ships from Star Wars. So they painted like one of the X-Wings, and they painted a TIE fighter on the other side. And they even had something written in the font on it in paint that said Star something, right? Now, they can't obviously have it because they're fighting licensing and all that stuff because of the movie and everything. So I said to my dad, I'm like, Dad, we have to go. We have to go. We have to go. I'm all excited because I just saw Star Wars. I was 8 years old. And I'm like, Dad, come on, we got to go. We got to go. So my dad pays the guy the money. We go in. And we get inside, and there, honest to God, was not a damn thing in that ride that had to do with anything Star Wars. They had these weird, stupid-looking cages that had these goofy aliens with big eyeballs and all this stuff in it. There was nothing. And I remember saying to my dad, I'm like, Dad, there's nothing in here from that movie. So when we get out of the ride, my dad walks over to the guy that had it, and my dad goes, there was nothing in there that had to do with the Star Wars movie. And the guy goes, yeah, okay, buddy. He goes, I'm just going to give you your money back, but just don't blow my cover. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. So my dad got the money back. I mean, needless to say, I was very upset, but my dad got his money back at least. But yeah, like that was one thing you had to watch like years ago at the fairs and everything. Like, you had to be careful of that because they would do stuff like that. Like these guys they just wanted the money. And you had to be careful because a lot of this stuff wasn't what you thought it was. I mean, you're always leery when you know, like you have the elephant boy or the girl with the longest beard or something. You always know they're fake, or the biggest alligator ever, like records, So that stuff is fake. And you're going in to see like rubber stuff and puppets and all that kind of stuff. But this, just kind of bad. But little did we know though. Like if I would have known then what I know now. If I was, having all the technology and stuff we have, I would have obviously known that couldn't have been a Star Wars thing so soon after the movie. There's no way they would have done that. Nora says a carny's going to carny. Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah, 100%. That's what they did. That is what they did. Glad they're giving Josh Alexander a fraction from last week's show. It seems they're going that direction. We need Joe to dress up as Joe Hendry this year for Halloween. How would I do that? I have no hair. I hardly have any hair left. I'd have to have some really good hair. I'd need like a wig, like a spiky blonde wig.
Joe, but you could get that blue silk shirt.
I could certainly do that. Yeah. Jeff, you know what? You know how much I'm down? I'm down 77 pounds.
77 pounds. That's amazing, man.
Dude, I am literally like right around my college weight now. So
that's amazing.
It's insane. Like I just weighed myself today. I'm like, holy! It's like it's really funny because you go in like you'll go and you'll lose a pound or a day or two, and then all of a sudden you look at the scale a couple of days later and you drop like all this. I'm like, now a lot. Granted, when you weigh yourself, a lot of it's water weight. So you might have like a lot of water and stuff that you're dropping out of your system and everything like that. But I was like, holy cow. It's like, we'll hear from Josh Alexander. My prediction is we won't hear much. You might be right. ABC. He said, we're in mourning the loss of our tag team championships. If we would have lost them to better men, but that's not the case. Ooh, they got a message for Lish. That's true. They have a rematch.
All right.
Contractually obligated rematch. Oh, I can kind of see where this is going. This is going to be at Bound for Glory more than likely.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Hello.
The Hardys. Okay. Most likely going to be us. It's most likely going to be us. Kind of like the confidence of Chris Bay. It's funny. Oh! Are we doing Bad Blood next week? When is it? Is it actually one that's in our side of the? Is it in our country?
It's in Atlanta.
I guess we could. What day is it? It's a Saturday.
It's October 5th, so next Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could. We haven't done a WWE pay-per-view in a while. We'll have to talk to Tazzy because Tazzy's been doing a lot of them. So unless he wants to do it, I don't want to take it away from him. But we'll see. We'll let you know. Weekends can be kind of screwy because I know Jeff's got a lot of stuff going on with his son and stuff like that on weekends and everything now. So we'll see. We'll let you know.
I will say this, though. I do want to tune in to Bad Blood just so I can see Dom suspended in a shark cage.
Oh my God! Yeah, how about that announcement? We're getting someone suspended in a shark cage. When I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen that in a while.
Joe, did they secretly bring in Vince Russo?
I don't know. You might want to think. You might be thinking that, right? That would be definitely a Vince Russo thing to do,
bro. I got the perfect idea for how you can add some heat to this Liv and Rhea situation, bro. God. I'm telling you. Judy Bagwell pulled it off just fine. Dom in a cage. Let's go for it.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine him calling Triple H up and bro?
Jeez.
All right, we got Josh, and he's actually speaking. We're under a flood and wind advisory all night. Oh boy, and be safe. He's talking about Joe Hendry. That's kind of what I figured. Crowd chanting, "We believe." Bad Blood is stacked. Yeah, I mean, you got that big match with Cody Rhodes and Roman against Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
And, of course, you got Punk and Drew in the cage.
Yeah.
Damian Priest versus Finn Balor.
Yep. Yeah, there is a lot of good stuff going on.
Good stuff.
We'll check with Tazzy and see. If Tazzy's not doing it and Jeff's busy, I can always do it. Maybe Tazzy will join us. So we'll check it out. We'll see what's going on with it. You tapped out. They're yelling at Josh. Oh, he's not liking that. I'm getting a flood of emotions. He's thinking about the last 6 years he's had in the company. You tapped out. Yeah, stay safe, Heather. Absolutely. Said something was eating away at him. Bad Blood is 6 p.m. Eastern time, 11 p.m. UK. So okay. Yeah, we'll check and see what Tazzy's gonna do. We've got a spotlight here. Oh, what is this? This is not Joe Hendry.
No, EY. He asked EY.
Oh, this is Eric Young. Oh, Eric Young's coming down. Okay. Okay. All right. Eric Young is on his way out. That's right. I forgot they had that little confrontation between the two of them.
Yeah, EY trying to talk some sense into him.
Yeah. Josh is going to turn on EY. Yeah, I can totally see that if that's the way they're going to go. I love EY. Well, there he is. What a spotlights. The real walking weapon.
What is it?
Okay. All right, Eric Young.
But is he really the real walking weapon that we're used to?
That kind of applause is earned over a lifetime. One of the best wrestlers in the world, flooding him with compliments here. No one does it better than you. A couple TNA chants. I don't think the crowd knows exactly what's going to come of this.
No.
I'm the lifeblood and you're the heartbeat. So good to have you back, the real you. He's going to turn on him. There's no way he's going to go back this quick. Well, Josh already was a heel, so it's really not necessarily a turn. Josh is gonna turn on Eric Young, though, for sure. There you go. Eric Young said he believes in Joe Hendry. It's not going to please Josh, probably. You didn't go down the wrong path. I love you, man, he says. Now, you'd think that's all going to be a good thing, but Josh isn't going to.
Yeah.
He's your mentor. So I'm so thankful I have you in my life. Oh, this is going to be not good. He says thank you, but he's gonna clobber him here. He's hugging it out. He's gonna snake him. You know he is.
How long is this gonna last?
Well, the music hits. Okay, so he's not gonna snake him, at least not right this second. Oh, here we go. No, wait. They're circling around each other. No, Eric's leaving. He's holding the ropes for Josh. Now he's holding the rope. Oh, here it comes. I knew it. Called him that damn SOB. I'm going to burn this place to the ground with you. Oh, my God. Josh showed his true colors. He's going for the C4 spike, but who came running out? Macklin. Wow, how the things have turned, huh? Macklin coming in to save Eric Young. Look out, though.
Saint and Center.
Yeah, now remember that little interaction that Josh had last week with them.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Now it's a 3-on-2. Let's see if we get Joe Hendry maybe come out and help them. We'll see. Macklin beaten down here. And now he's going to set him up for the pile driver for Josh. No help is coming. C4 spike to Macklin. Damn. The heartless walking weapon. Crowd booing, Josh laughing. And now he's got henchmen.
Yep.
Nick Nemeth on commentary still to come. He'll be on commentary for this, Frankie Kazarian and Joe Hendry. Matthew Smith says Hendry did not want any of that. Has his own little Alpha Academy. That's true.
Wouldn't that be an interesting match? Alpha Academy versus Josh and Saint and Center now.
Yeah, it would be. Josh needed this heel run. Yeah, he needed a change. He needed a switch up. Unfortunately, he kind of hit the pinnacle of where he was with playing the face, with the titles and stuff like that. He kind of hit the pinnacle, so really nowhere much else for him to go in that route. So yeah, he definitely needed a change. All right, we are at our break here. And that said, we will say, if you can, please like the video. Make sure that you drop a like on the video for us tonight. We'd appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also hit that notification bell to be notified about when we have future content, which we'll keep you posted. We'll drop a line on the X and let you know what's going on for the weekend. And we'll also chat with Tazzy about the bad blood thing, and talk to him about that, see what's going on with that, see if he's having it. Norbert says, but for how long for Josh? As long as he feels the need to. I mean, I don't think he needs to end it soon. I think he's fine with this persona. I don't really think he has to end it at all. So, I think for as long as he wants to do it is fine.
Yeah, this match that's coming up next, Heather Reckless and Zaya Brookside, should be really good. I'm actually really looking forward to this match.
Heather was so crazy. It could have been a lot worse. People wouldn't adhere to the travel. Are you talking about the Buffalo thing? Yeah, Conrad lives up there too, I think, somewhere. He went through that.
Yeah, back in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
How much snow did you guys end up getting, AB and Conrad, if you're still here? I forget how much they said they got, but I know it was like a lot.
Buffalo they're right in that snow belt, right? They get all that lake effect snow. They get hammered with snow up there, like hammered with snow. I vote for Zaya Brookside.
Yeah, what James said.
What him say? 42 people in the chat, but only 17 likes, says James. Come on, people, you can do better than that. Yeah, everybody make sure that you're liking the stream tonight. Helps us out. Do us a solid. Triple H and HBK want to sign Josh to a 2-way contract. Who would you have him fight first in NXT? Man, it's a tough question. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, honestly, like, at least from what I'm reading from Josh, I don't know that I mean, I don't know. Maybe now that Ethan Page is in NXT, he might want to go there. I don't know. I really honestly don't know what's going to go on with Josh. Josh is kind of an enigma in that situation, because he might be, I don't know. You know, you've got that whole thing with Scott D'Amore that's happening up in Canada. Maybe he wants to do that for a little bit, you know, not so he wouldn't have to travel, be up there with his family and stuff. And maybe if that'll give him a chance to do that a little bit. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with these. It's very tough to say what you think is going to happen with some of these contracted athletes. James said he wants to explore free agents. Hey, it's the director of Authority. He says, focus on your health and don't come around for a little bit. Oh, and there's Matt Cordoba. Santina said you can't talk to her that way. You got PCO at Bound for Glory in a Monsters Ball match.
Ooh.
Oh, no. We're getting a Monsters Ball match. James says, let's go. Well, we know there's going to be blood now.
Yep.
We know there's going to be blood now. There's Heather Reckless. There will be blood, James. There will be blood. DRO says Monsters Ball. That's interesting. I saw Shane on Dynamite Grand Slam and Cody Rhodes on People Counties Awards. Yeah, I saw a picture on Twitter of Shane McMahon along with the Young Bucks. Apparently, they took a similar plane ride together. I really don't think he's going to show up in AEW, guys. I don't know. I know that he's might have it in a little bit for his dad, but I don't know. Unless he really wants a bigger position in a wrestling company, then I really don't see that happen. I know people are rumoring it, but I would almost be, I'd be pretty shocked if that happens. I'd be pretty shocked if that happens. Shane wasn't on Dynamite, says James. October is the month of monsters. Last monster standing on Raw and Monsters Ball. Yeah. Well, it's Halloween. It's Halloween. Heather Reckless and Zaya Brookside. Zaya Brookside with a little cowboy outfit here. MVP was, though. Well, yeah, everybody kind of figured MVP and maybe even Bobby Lashley would end up at AEW at some point. Wouldn't surprise me if that happened. All right, here we go. Zaya Brookside and Heather Reckless. Next Saturday night is WWE Bad Blood. I feel that Monsters Ball is Bound for Glory tradition. Money in the Bank used to be WrestleMania tradition. What happened to respect in pro wrestling? Zaya doing a little dancing here. Andrew, I knew what you meant. It's all good. It's all good. Back elbow from Xia Brookside. Head scissors and then a knock to the noggin with her thigh there in it. Heather Reckless goes flying over into the corner. Not many matches where Xia Brookside is the tall one. No, I don't think you'll really ever see that. She's very, very, very short. I'm so sad that they're not doing that funny thing this year.
Yeah.
Oh, look who came out. It's Ash by Elegance in cowboy boots. She looks freaking great. My namesake needs to have her extensions blended better. That is all. Bashes her head into the turnbuckle. Heather Reckless now with a flurry of right hands into the corner.
We're up to 25 likes now.
Oh, there you go. Drop that like. Hit that like button. Do whatever you got to do. No, she had to pull out of GCW events and need surgery. Oh, Steph, yeah. Is the Steph injury a ruse that Sheen Cardona cooked up? All right. Oh, man. Big clothesline there from Xia and another one. Heather Reckless in a little bit of trouble here. Leg sweep. 1, 2. Gets a 2. Gets a 2. And now Ash is looking a little stunned. Throws her into the bottom turnbuckle. Xia getting fired up. There she goes. Knees to the back of the head. Right into the turnbuckle.
Ooh.
Gonna try it again. Nope. This time she moves out of the way and outside the ring. Heather's dazed. Now she takes a drop kick. Whose hair is laying down on the floor?
Yeah, I was about to say there's some there's a couple tracks on the ground.
Who the heck's hair is laying down there? There's got to be hair extensions. Oh, is that? Oh, of course. Oh, it's Heather's. Yeah, Heather Reckless was wearing some hair extensions. Looks like she kind of wants to have long blonde hair like someone else. Just saying. Just saying. Boom goes the hair. I said it. You called it, Heather. Xia has the best theme song in TNA. There's a story behind how she got to use a simple plan. We are the kings where I belong. See earlier in the post. See him. Oh, man. Just smashed her off the post. Watch behind you. Watch behind you. How do I feel about Dowdle? I wouldn't have him on my fantasy team. None of their running backs does anything. That team can't run the ball until they show me that they can. So I wouldn't take a single Cowboys running back on a fantasy team. Off the top now. Turned it around. 2, 3. Okay, Heather Reckless gets the win.
Yep.
When you learn from the master, you cause Zia Brookside some disaster. Oh, he cracks me up very well. It's funny. Well, there you go. All right, guys. We're up to our main event. That's what you get for wearing tape-ins. I'm hurting for players right now. I was desperate. Yeah, I don't think he's going to score you anything. I mean, look at that. They just don't run the ball. They don't have the problem. I think really is with that is they have 2 rookie offensive linemen. One of them is the center. So when you have that, you're probably going to struggle at least for a little while till they get used to the pros. Tazzy's here. It's a TNA party, baby. Very hard day for my hometown in Oakland. Last day the A's playing Oakland. That's right. Party will be back Monday for Monday Night Raw. Love you all. See you Monday. Main event time already. I know this show always goes fast. Always goes very quickly. My suggestion would be if you need a running back AB is watch your waiver wire and look to see who people are that are getting hurt. Like I picked up Kansas City's a second or third string running back, and he's starting now because Pacheco's out and one of their other running backs are out. So that's what I always usually do. I just watch the waiver wire and see who is going to be starting for these teams because these running backs are getting hurt left and right. So I vote for Frankie Kazarian. Hassan is going against Joe Hendry. Oh my God, Hassan. It's horrible. The question is, does Josh interfere? That's the question. That's the question. Does Josh Alexander interfere? It's been a good one. We talked a lot about desserts tonight. A lot about desserts. Has anyone beaten PCO in a Monsters Ball match? I don't know. That's a good question. I know the ones we've seen, a lot of the times we've seen him win. James says, I believe in Joe Hendry. That's the right answer. I still have to get a Joe Hendry shirt. That's got to be next on my list. I need a Joe Hendry t-shirt. Going for the NXT sensation, Joe Hendry, in this match. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that can get into this. There's it can be something with Josh. It can be, I don't know. I just don't know. There could be a lot of things going on in this. So much talk about desserts. My waist has expanded just thinking about it. Yeah,
let us know in the chat, folks, who's going to win this match.
Joe Hendry says, John G. We believe. We believe. We believe in Joe Hendry. All I know is I have the Cowboys field goal kicker tonight because he's like the best kicker in the league.
What did he bomb? He kicked one from what,
66. He missed the record by 1 yard. The record is held by the kicker for Baltimore. Yep. And he missed that by a yard. If there's a yard more, he would have won. And he made that by quite a lot. Like he made that by a good amount. He's got a leg on him, that kid. He was a soccer player before he became a kicker. Are they going to spin a triple threat? No, that's what Jeff was saying. It could be. Could be. Norbert, yeah. Jeff mentioned the same exact thing you guys are thinking. So it could indeed be that way. Could be it could be a four-way. It could be a fatal four-way. If it's Josh, Kazarian, and Joe Hendry against Nemeth, it could be a fatal four-way.
I think I'm gonna get in with the call your shot gauntlet.
Okay. We have Iceman and there's Heather. She said you look reckless. There's something about you, kid. You got moxie and panache. You're a mess. But there's something about you. You're missing elegance. He said, we don't need this. Come with us. I think we got some ideas for you. They're going to give her a makeover. Uh-oh. Next Thursday, Rosemary and Wendy Choo again. With Tasha Steeles against Masha.
Ooh.
Wow. 3 versus 3 next week.
The elegant makeover.
Hey, right? Matt and Jeff going up against ABC. Boo, Heather Reckless looks great as she is. The Iceman cometh. And here we go. Nick Nemeth is coming out to the ring. Going to be on commentary for this. The wanted man, Nick Nemeth. At least Ash's extensions are blended better. Oh, man. Joe Hendry for the win. I think Joe wins the NXT championship before he wins the NXT or the NXT one before he wins TNA. James. Shh. Don't open old wounds. Don't open up old wounds, James. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't open up old wounds. Now that we're speaking about it, Jeff, I think he might be going for the record-breaking kick right here as we speak. Joe Hendry's here. Let's go. I believe in Joe Hendry. Raise your hands up. I need to borrow it. It's got Iceman's name all over it. This is my New Year's resolution for 2025. Go see a Nick Nemeth match live, no matter what. Joe Hendry is here. We believe. We believe.
Oh.
Frankie Kazarian.
I do like Frankie's entrance music though. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Frankie's got that like heavy metal music playing when he comes down.
I don't know what he said, but he was just yapping at a fan. I love it.
You're giving it to the fans. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy wants a piece. Guy wants a piece of Kazarian there.
Gave him the finger and everything.
You did. Bryan Danielson reference there by Nick Nemeth. Got to meet Nick, cool dude. Talked about a return of the living dead. Kaz is the bassist in his own band. LOL.
I did not know that.
And now he's giving crap to Josh's wife here. Better be careful with that. Joe says, I'll take the microphone. Oh, God. Here we go.
Ray Wald is not happy about that.
He's going to be Frankie Kazarian's ring announcer. Oh, no. Do you think I should? Oh, God, no. This is going to be bad. Crowd loves it. I will give you an introduction worthy of a championship contender. Antonio Banderas lookalike competition winner. The dad from Spy Kids. He's Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots.
Oh. Frankie had enough.
Frankie's had enough of that. Just met Frankie this past year at Comic-Con. This may end up in a three-way at TNA bound for yeah, that's what Jeff mentioned. Yep. Could very well be. Shoulder block to Kazarian. One arm takedown. Joe's got him up. Holding him up for quite a while here, and now finally slammed him down. That was hilarious. That was good. Kazarian now with a massive clothesline takes down Joe. Since Joe got walking weenie over, he could have called Frankie Franken Weenie. That would have been good. That would have been good. Puss in Boots, they're calling him now. Oh, no. Frankie's now Puss in Boots. Sure, he's going to love that. Arm drag from Hendry goes for a pin. Only 2 count. Head first into the turnbuckle. Now some knees to the back. I want to know what the sign said.
Me too.
Who has the sign? Somebody in the front there? Take it down.
Yeah. I wish it was on the opposite side.
Snap suplex. Andrew Stevens loves Frankenweenie. Let's go Frankie chance. It can't be let's go Frankie. It has to be let's go Hendry. Sound like Frankie a little bit. Frankie Teeny Weenie. Oh, God. It's getting worse. Getting worse. Frankie. They have to be. It sounds so much alike. It sounds like Frankie chance. I know it's Hendry, but it sounds because they both have an E. They're chanting, let's go Spy Kid.
So, Joe in chat, here's my question for you. Let's say that somehow, some way, Frankie Kazarian is the one that wins this match. Some way, somehow. What's next for Joe Hendry?
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. I mean, I don't know if they'd have anything over. They'd want him in NXT for anything in particular. I don't know. That's a great question. I've already voiced my opinion on it. I would have that title on Hendry as soon as I could. And it's nothing against Nick Nemeth or anything like that, but you, as a wrestling promoter, you have to capitalize on what's hot. And you don't know how long. You know, Joe is probably going to stay hot for a while, but you have to capitalize on that at some point. I think Josh is going to be feuding with Eric Young, though, now, Heather, it looks like. Do you believe in Joe Hendry? Do you?
Then I guess my other question is same question, but for Frankie Kazarian. What's next for Kaz if he loses this match?
Yeah. Good question. I mean, he's always going to be there to go after like all of the good guys. He'll never turn, I don't think, from what he is. So you can kind of have him go up against almost anybody. I'd like to see him against maybe Santana once Santana finishes up with the system. San Antonio believes in Joe Hendry, says that sign. He has to win this, though. Can't give him too many chances, otherwise people stop believing. His contract ends next December, so he's going to be around at least for another whole year. Was trying to get the chicken wing in. Hendry did not allow him to do it. Now he misses with a clothesline. Kazarian coming off. Joe steps out of the way, and Kazarian found no one there.
That was Samoa Joe-esque.
It really was.
That little step away.
Cover. 1, 2, no.
Ooh.
They're not going to have Frankie versus Nick alone for Bound for Glory as your main attraction, I don't think. The thoughts about Kazarian are too mixed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's them one-on-one.
Look what he's using here, Jeff. The ankle lock.
You know, that's going to get somebody's attention in the back.
Yeah, someone's going to be pissed about that. Frankie with a cover gets it too. Frankie has room to climb even if he loses. Big clothesline there. Now I did cover. 1, 2, nope.
Ooh.
Puss in Boots chance again. No, I was looking for a fade to black. Couldn't get it. Back to the ankle lock. Oh, man, he just keeps using it, dude. Inadvertently passed the torch to someone with their own move before. Do you hear that comment?
Mm.
I mean, this has got to be a big tease that Josh is going to come out, right? Like, no, he reached the ropes. Malachi Black's AEW contract ends. Yeah, I always liked him. I don't know. I don't know where he would go. I think he kind of burned some bridges with WWE. I don't know if he'd go back there or not.
Joe, I'll say this. If CM Punk can go back,
That's true.
I
Yeah,
think
that's true.
I think they welcome him back.
That's true. Nobody burned more bridges than CM Punk. Gets a
Here's
2 count there.
Here's a question for the chat. Let's say Malachi Black does leave AEW. I'm not sure if he will, but let's say he does. Would you put him on NXT? And there's a reason why I asked that. But would you put him on NXT or would you try to bring him back to Raw or SmackDown?
Conrad said no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot Zelina Vega is with him. I forgot about that. Oh, look at this. He's got him up in the air. Now this is down on the floor. Huge suplex onto the floor. Something's got to be happening here soon. We only got about 5 minutes left in the lookout. What's he reaching for there? And it looks like he was reaching for like a weapon or something like that. Oh, he is. What's he grabbing here? Brass knucks. It's only cheating if you get caught, said Nick Nemeth. I thought for sure Nemeth was going to look out. Hits him with the knucks.
Mm.
He beats Hendry clean with brass knucks.
But, Joe, what I'll say is, did he really beat him clean? And you know that Santino has to have some thoughts about what
That's
just
true.
happened.
Oh, wait. Nemeth has the brass knucks. Nemeth is showing the referee the brass knucks.
Oh.
Nemeth is showing him the knucks. And now we got another official. There's another official down here. Now, here comes Santino, Jeff. Right on the money. Jeff's right on the money. You see these white balls in my skull? I saw what you just did. I'm sick to my stomach. The match is restarting right now? Wow, Nick Nemeth just screwed Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah. So if I'm Nick and I'm in that title match at Bound for Glory, I'm watching over my shoulder a little bit.
Yep. Remember, though, Joe's still dazed from a shot with brass knucks, so it's... Nick saying he looks like he can barely get to his feet. Santino could have just made this match a no DQ, which would have prevented this.
Yeah, Matthew is rooting for Frankie.
Could Kaz come back and cost Nick the championship at Bound for Glory? Maybe.
So, Matthew, since you're a Frankie fan, I have a question to ask you. Same question as before. If Frankie does lose this match, what's next for Frankie?
Yeah.
What would you like to see for Frankie? Oh.
And there it is. Just as you said it. Joe Hendry wins.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry wins. Frankie cannot believe it. Ray Walt hates it. Yeah, that could happen. I mean, you never know.
So, Joe, here's another question for you. Since this match ended the way that it did, do you want to see a one-on-one match between Nick and Joe? Or do you think that if they tried to do a triple threat or something else, that kind of cheapens the match a little bit? Or do you think that, you know, one-on-one is the best way to go?
I mean, if they're going to give Joe the belt, I think you got to go one-on-one. I think it just gives him that much more credibility that he takes out Nick Nemeth, who has beaten everybody. He's taken out Moose. He's taken out all these big opponents that he's had to face. So I think you're just going to give him more credibility. If you make it a threat now and you don't give it to him clean, then, yeah, you can give it to him, but it's not going to look that bad unless they – I don't know. It's a hard question to answer because unless they really want to have it where Nick doesn't take the loss, which maybe that could be too. They can have Kazarian take the pin instead of Nick Nemeth. So you could do it that way. Yeah, I guess it just really depends. It really just depends on who, they really want to come out of this looking good, looking pretty good. And, so it depends on, how they want to go about that. Kazarian was robbed. I'm not upset by it. I can't stand Frankie Kazarian, dude. I'm not upset by it in the least. Nick did the right thing, man. I mean, he cheated. You can't cheat to win, I mean, it is wrestling, but he cheated. So, yeah. We have a month before. Yeah, there's a month to go. Glory, there is a lot of time.
A lot of time to add wrinkles to it.
Yeah.
I saw Heather say something about AJ, and I'm gonna throw this out there just because I'm all about the chaos this evening. It would not hurt my feelings at all if somehow, some way, AJ Styles was announced as a third person in this match.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean,
if you're gonna
make sense now, but they could make it make sense in a month.
If you're gonna give Joe Hendry the title too, could you imagine if he pinned AJ Styles?
That would be wild.
That would give him some credibility.
I'd say so.
Pinning the guy who was, the main guy all these years, for TNA. Yeah, I mean. All right, say what? Says James.
I'm all about chaos this evening when it comes to this match. So, that'd be a really cool full circle moment, I feel.
That definitely would be. Yeah, that definitely would be something to see for sure. All right, guys. Well, there you go. That is it for the show for tonight. Give us your scores. Let us know what you thought of the show. We'll do the same, and then we will get on out of here for the night. James says, I love chaos. Oh man. But yeah, let us know what you thought. What are your scores? Jeff, what did you think of tonight's show, man?
Oh man, I thought that it was a really good show. I was hoping that they didn't hit a lull after last week. I felt like last week was really good. But yeah, this week was awesome. Got a lot of things that are progressing and moving forward. And for those of you who were not interested before in Ash by Elegance, there's a little more to the story now than just her. And although I love Heather Reckless, I'm genuinely curious to see what this makeover is going to look like next weekend, or if she's going to look like a copy of Ash by Elegance. I could see that happening. So, but yeah, watch out for Iceman. I don't trust him. I'm going to give tonight a 9.25.
Nice. Yeah, it was a good show. There was a lot of good stuff going on in this. From the start to the finish, wrestling all the way through, and all the storylines and stuff they got going on. The thing with Josh and Eric Young looks like it's going to be interesting going forward too. So yeah, I thought it was a good show. I like 9.25. I think that's fair. It was a very entertaining show to me. Let's see what we got here. 9 out of 10 from Andrea, 9 out of 10 from Dylan, a 12 from Hassan. That's big. 9.5 for Little Silver, 5 stars for AB, 9 out of 10 for John G. 9 mainly because of the main event, says Heather. 9.25 out of 10 for John, 9 for AB, 9 out of 10 for DRO. Love the show tonight, and build to BFG is looking good. I would give the show a 9. Chris says a 9. Swagfans 9. 9.25 for Andrew. Yeah, it seems like a general consensus. I would agree with everybody. I think a 9.25 is fair. I think it was a very entertaining show all around. Absolutely. All right, guys, that is going to do it for us for tonight. Please make sure and drop a like on the stream before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notifications button to be notified about when we have future content. We will let you know about the weekend, about Sunday, between the ropes. Let's see what's going on and everything like that. We'll let you know as it goes. Just make sure you check our Twitter for info about that. And, of course, we'll be back on Tuesday for Fireflies Forever. And we will be back right here next Thursday night with another episode of TNA. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. If you are in that area of Florida and all that kind of stuff, please stay safe. Stay safe and stay dry in the line of that hurricane. Please be kind to one another always, and hopefully we will see you all for our next episode of Insiders Pro Wrestling. Have a great night, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.